Welcome to What's Broken. So I want to build a little bike rack for, a storage bag when I go out for the odd ride. And I looked at a couple different places what you can buy, and for the price point they look rather cheap and flimsy and really not worth it to me, so I think I'll build one. What I got left over from couple other projects is I think it's about 5/16 rod. Might be some 1/4 inch in there. Anyhow, I think I'll use that to cobble something together that'll hold a bag or a set of saddlebags. I had a couple chunks of metal, so I bent them around a socket for the right diameter. And my plan is I'll epoxy in a little padding so it doesn't scratch up the tubes on the bike frame. But what a problem I ran into is I was going to cut these large holes off and try to run a bolt through, but I don't think there's enough room. So I had a chunk of this perforated angle left over. It's just under 1/8 of an inch, I think. So I'm going to flatten it out and then take my cutting wheel and cut a couple of flat strips out that I can make something similar to that. No point in spending money when you got junk laying around. So this will probably take me a few minutes and be quite noisy. I'll bring you back when I got this all flattened out, and we'll start carving it up. So I got it hammered flat enough. Any of the hammer marks, I'll be painting it with that bed liner when I'm done. So any of those hammer marks will sort of just not be there. I think I will scribe a line so I've got something to sort of line up with and cut. Yeah, perfect. And these two chunks of rubber vinyl stuff I found, I'll glue them or epoxy them onto the inside so it'll protect against the down tube on the bike in the rear. And drill a couple of holes, put a bolt in, and I'll be able to weld the uprights to those, the upright supports. That should work. Now I'll clean it up with the flapper disc. I can make it prettier if I need to, but that'll be good work in stock for now. So the next thing I'll do is take the flapper disc and just knock all the paint off this. Then I can make my marks and bend it into a rectangle. Well, that should work. Let's see how well this goes. I've got the 12-inch mark set flush with the top of the vise. So I should end up with a little bit more, which won't hurt. Yep, needs a little bit more. And that was a little too much. Okay. Little too much, then not enough. It's pretty close. It's 5 1/4. That's 5 3/4. I think I'll make the bend and then I can tweak it. 5 1/4. Huh, that's 5 1/4. 12 1/2. And 12 3/8. Oh, pretty close. I'll take a minute with the grinder and just notch these so I can get a good tack weld when I pull that together and weld them up. Well, I got it clamped so the ends are together. I'll just put a couple of tack welds in there and get it glued up. So these will be the two upright supports. Just want to bend them both at the same angle. That looks pretty good. And the front support, there's a little, I'm going to say about a 4 or 5 mil tapped hole for mounting something. But I got a 6 mil metric bolt here. I'm going to weld it to a rod which will come up to the center of the rack. I think I'll drill this out so that bolt will drop in. I may have to drill a pilot hole. There's the pilot hole. That'll work perfect. I've got it fairly well centered and I think relatively square or in line, so I'm going to get some metal on it. I'll clean that up and then figure out the right length and angle and tack it to the rack. So to sort of roughly figure out the angle, that's 26, that's 26. Well, it doesn't need to be exact. Just getting a rough idea. About 26. Sort of eyeballing the angle. And then I'll probably bring it up 2 inches or so. So I've got this set up so it's approximately the same angle, I hope. It's somewhat held in place with the magnet. So I think I'll put a tack on it and then sort of check it to fit. Hopefully it doesn't fall out of place when I go to tack it. Moved a little, but it should still be all right. Okay, here goes. So I'll center it on the wheel. It's about 28 and a quarter. 28 and a quarter. 28 and a quarter. Perfect. Now all I have to do is figure out the angle for the uprights, tack those in place, maybe a crossbar, and build the C-clamps for the rails. Now I'll flip it around and do the same to the other side. So it's starting to take shape. Now I'm just going to make the little wraparound, whatever you want to call them, C-clamps. And probably weld one support across the middle. So I took a socket and I've vice gripped it to the strip I'm going to build into a clamp. There we go. I'll do the same to the other and then figure out where to cut them and drill holes, and then I can tack them to the to those upright supports. All right. We'll try to make a mark. Roughly where I should weld it. We'll go tack this one into place, and once it's placed, because this came up a bit, then I can put the other one in place, mark it, and tack it. Okay, I got the two C-clamps welded on, stuck in a center brace. So let's test fit it. I think that should work. It all looks fairly symmetrical. See how the bag fits on there? The Pannier bag. I think that's what they call them. By George, I think that'll work. And I'll just put a bolt on each side here and a nut under here to tighten in that front support after I paint it, of course. I should be able to go for a ride. I hit it with a coating or two of the that bed liner paint, so I'll let that dry overnight and then bolt it into place. It's bolted into place and installed on the bike. I think I'll let the paint cure for a couple days before I put the bag on, just so it has a chance to really set. But other than that, I'll call that one a success. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll maybe see you on the next one. Bye for now.